And that puts you right back out in front of our dungeon, and I can continue on that path I was talking about. Now, ultimate destination is going to be here just for this video, but as I mentioned before, I want to sidestep just a little bit. We're going to go down by the river. The hiccups are not going away. But first, there are some lootables right here by the cave entrance. Okay, yeah, guys, there are some loot, there's some looting to do here. Now, if you have this unlocked in your, you have the right version of Skyrim, there's fishing to do also. And honestly, that's going to be later for me. That's going to be a later video, and I'll kind of do the fishing thing kind of off to the side. I don't really do it in my gameplay. It's relatively self-explanatory. There's some quests. You have to get each type of fish from each region, and some of them are pretty tough to find. I just kind of found I didn't really enjoy it, and it really just wasn't for me. But again, at some point I will get a video out on that. Alright guys, now notice these fish that are jumping in the water. I don't know if that's coming through on the channel or not. But what you can do is kind of get yourself, situated on a rock. And you need to spam the button and try to collect those. The bad thing is these rocks make it real hard to do that. So you need to get somewhere where the water isn't going to drag you away. And just keep spamming the button when it, it activates. It's just not letting me. And it'll say catch salmon. So, sometimes you just have to stand there and spam the button. But sometimes, you can catch them just right. They're tough to get, don't get me wrong. You might be at this for a while, but what you're and you probably see it. Just briefly, there it is. Salmon added, salmon roe added. So you just kind of have to find that sweet spot there. But that salmon roe, in particular, it combines with stuff. And I think you even need one of it for a quest at some point. So, and I can't remember off the top of my head. Just make sure you get a couple of those for the time being. And when the time comes, or it comes back to me, I'll make sure I mention it. I just know I needed it for something, so I always take the time to grab a couple. Alright guys, now there should be a cougar or a jaguar out here somewhere. Also, there's another farm that we haven't discovered yet. Now, this might have some NPCs out here we can sell some goods to, so I'm going to check it real quick.
Need something? Huh?
Okay, not her. Okay, I might have just had the wrong spot there.
Come, I haven't got all day. Make it.
Okay,
yes.
now he still won't let me do anything. Another good thing about the farms is normally you'll find chicken eggs too, and guys, those combine with that blue mountain flower for, yet again, another good, strong selling potion. If you've been following my complete walkthrough, you're going to hear me say that a few times, so, folks that are just joining in can know as well. But I'll try to keep it to a minimum. Alright, so I don't know where the NPC is that you need to talk to right now, and maybe there just isn't one over here. It's been a while, and I just kind of wanted to check one way or another, so just make sure you find a couple of them and talk to them and see what happens. So for right now, I'm just going to kind of get back to the river. Now, I mentioned, lots of loose lootables along the river, and also along this walkway over here, too, so kind of check both. But I'm looking for mud crabs mostly, and guys, it's going to be soul gem time. That's the main reason I like to stick to this route down by the river. And you can actually see them sticking up through the water some of the time. So once again, I'm going to get back into first person here. So you'll kind of have to aim as if you see them under the water. I drilled him pretty good. Oh, I wasn't sneaking. I was like, why did I not one-hit him? Come on, Lydia. Okay, she is not popping the Flame Astronaut, which absolutely means her staff is out of juice. Okay, if you like that meal I cooked for the stamina regeneration, make sure you're grabbing the mud crabs for those cooking ingredients also.
Lead on.
Okay, now there should be a hidden chest here somewhere. Oh, there's that cougar I was talking about, or whatever it is, a saber. And they hurt, guys. They really take it out of you, man. Like, they're no joke. I normally kill that dude from a distance, I just kind of forgot. I think there's a secret treasure chest here. Okay, so again, soul gem time. Now I'm going to take a look at my inventory in a second just to see... Okay, no more empty petty soul gems. So right now I'm filling up my lesser, which is perfectly fine with me, by the way. These are all garbage anyway. These are all going right to burner weapons. So now if I have to do some emergency enchanting, I'll take one that's actually filled with lesser. But, you know, definitely all these are filling up with petty. Those are going right to trash weapons to get that enchanting skill up. And I mean, I say trash weapons because I get them sold right away. They're not necessarily keepers. So absolutely, I got 17 left. I'm going to take full advantage of every possible mud crab I can while I'm here. Oh, and you can also, you know, scoop fish up out of the water, but these won't be salmon roe. The only time you can get the salmon roe is on a waterfall. Grab your slaughterfish scales too while you're at it. Again, you need that for many different things anyway, but for home building, they want some slaughterfish scales for different things. Where did he go? Matter of fact, no, I think if I pop the flame astronaut, I risk them dying before I can get them soul trapped. So for right now, I'll just do it the old-fashioned way. Yeah, I think that mud crab I lost track of is now chomping on me. Dude, check that out, guys. I just got that gemstone off that dude. Beautiful thing. We're gonna go do a whole bunch of jewelry crafting here pretty soon, so the more gemstones you can get, the better. They can use each other for cover too, by the way. So wait until you got a good clear shot before loosing. Oh, they're coming out of the woodwork. I usually, when I'm playing, you know, my own game and I'm just having a party here, in my mind I'm thinking to myself, this is Soul Gem Alley the whole time. Because it is non-stop. Alright guys, I might be missing a jaguar somewhere around here, or a cougar, whatever. But that's okay, it's not a priority. For right now I'm just going to kind of continue on the water line down here, and I think there's some more hidden loot. Or maybe not, maybe I already got it. And we are not done with mud crabs just yet either. Okay, so go ahead and sneak here. Something sees me. Ah, fish. Now guys, the fish are tough to get. Sometimes the follower will get them, but it's pretty rare because they never seem to hit them with their arrows. But the flamethrower, that thing seems to get it done. So sometimes I'll try to lure the fish closer to me so the flame guy can actually get a shot on it. Fishy, fishy. Come on, girl. Maybe I'm too far away. And try not to stand in between, you know, the fish and the flamethrower. Now there's one more there. Come on, Poppy. Alright. Back to Soul Gem time. Soul Gem Alley. You can usually see these guys at a distance. Sometimes they're underwater here and then they'll kind of alert the rest, but I see one moving around right there. Actually, I could probably taper back now on all these parts I'm getting. Everything weighs, so I try not to overdo it. Alright, so that's pretty much it for, you know, the immediate goodies there. There might be another stray crab down there or two, so I'll go ahead and get those as well. I always check them anyway, you know, you just never know if there's an unexpected item. I normally ever get the crab stuff from them, though. If I've ever found a ring, it's been just super rare. Okay, now see that? Make mental note of that cave coming up on my compass right there. That's kind of where we're heading. I'll kind of show you on the map how far we've gone down this river now. So that's where that farm was. And then I just kind of followed that river. That's real hard to see on my screen. The map is not real clear, but there is a river there. Alright, and then there's a stone here. A blessing stone. And I actually activated that once on my first playthrough, and I had a party with that thing. I would find a whole bunch of dead people and just hit that. Bam! Everything would wake up. It was awesome! In fact, that's pretty much how I survived most of my fights, was just resurrecting a whole bunch of dead things. So yeah, it's fun, you know. Now, personally, after, you know, playing with both, I keep the Lover's Stone. But wow, that is really fun. So you might want to actually consider, because you can actually warp to these when you get them discovered. So, you know, play with it a while. You might actually find it's fun. And then, you know, after you've had your fun with it and you want the faster leveling back, then you can always warp back to the Lover's Stone. And just in case you're just now joining my channel and you have absolutely no idea what I'm talking about, the Lover's Stone is right hither. So you can hire a carriage, get a ride out here to this stable, and hot-footed over to said stone. Alright, so I like to approach this thing from all these stone structures sticking up. Now keep in mind, up and down this roadway, there's a whole bunch of more loose lootables. But I'll kind of do that offline so you don't have to sit here and watch me pick 10,000 flowers every day. I picked a freaking purple flower and I went overweight. That's how you know you're really topped off at that point. Alright guys, whole bunch of flowers here along the way up. Now you're going to have to crouch here. There's a bad boy nest, and again, it's probably a good time to drop a soft save here. There's a necromancer, I think, and a couple of skeletons. Now again, it's going to be a good time for your soul's bow. You'll get more petty soul gems with that skeleton kill. And considering there's two of them, just make sure you have a couple either, you know, empty petties or empty lessers on your person. So what I like to do is try to pop this guy preemptively before he resurrects the skeletons. But I won't kill him until the skeletons are completely resurrected and I've gotten my souls from them. Because sometimes if you kill him and you didn't kill the skeletons yet, they'll despawn. And he'll probably hear me in a moment, so I'll go ahead and get ready to plug him. There he is. Already too late. What did I miss? Man, I had line of sight on that shot. You know what? First person it is. Okay, now see that familiar that she just casted? That's a wolf. Right, so I'm gonna go ahead and... Oh, the skeleton resisted my soul trap. Boo! That'll happen sometimes. Not much you can really do about it. Okay, now if you lose the body, always check the weapon. Sometimes the weapon will let you get into their inventory. In that case it didn't, but you know, sometimes it will. Okay, so I'll try to back up so you can see that familiar a little bit better. It's pretty cool. It's just like a ghost creature. And it lasts just as long as the Flame Astronaut. Again, not as powerful, but it's something else the enemies have to deal with, so it is helpful in combat. Now, I don't know why she wasn't casting the Flame Astronaut before. I assumed it was because her weapon ran out of juice. Unless she happened to have picked something up, you know, that's possible. Or maybe the fact that I gave her 2 staves counts as having, you know, something else enchanted. I don't know, but, you know, and it's hit and miss with the followers. I noticed some of them actually do use them. They don't need an enchanted weapon. But wow, so many of them don't. That's why I gave that advice, to make sure they have something enchanted. But we got the flame, or the familiar, so I'm happy. It's something, you know, it's better than nothing. Until I can get her, you know, a better weapon to carry at least. Alright, and you heard it howl as it left, kind of alerting you to the fact that it's leaving. Okay, so again, lots of loose lootables. Lots of goodies here. So if you want to activate that stone, feel free at this time. Now, there is a way to have 2 stones working for you at the same time. Later on, when we do the Ethereum quest line, we'll be able to wear a circlet that allows you to do that. It's super cool. So, yeah, that's way later on, though. That's quite a bit into the game there. But yeah, I like to do this one, and then I'll go back and do the lever stone, and I've got both of those working for me at the same time. It's pretty cool. Okay, don't forget your blue mountain flowers, if nothing else. They are kind of up and down this roadway here, so, you know, you might want to take just a few minutes and grab your alchemy ingredients. Oh man, she took my soul. Alright guys, now before we actually depart this general area, you heard me mention that cave before. And we have not been there yet. That's part of this complex, but it is kind of separated. So take this little side step here on this pathway, just right underneath from the stone there, toward, you know, we got the river on our left. And there's a cave in here. Now guys, there's some baddies in here, so you're going to be, you know, want to be ready with your flame astronaut. I'm going to try to soul trap him. But I want the higher damage to get my sneak attack shot in. Because notice, guys, he's tough. Look at that thing, man. It is a tank. So I think this is the first time we've dealt with trolls in our game. Whoops. And actually, that flame astronaut needs to be out right now shooting fire at it, because that accelerates how fast trolls die as if they're on fire. Okay, so soul number 1 there. Okay, the good thing is you can usually kind of, you know, keep a distance. Just keep plugging them, keep, you know, walking backwards as you're attacking. And when they kind of pause to do their hand attack, they usually kind of stay far enough away you can avoid them. Okay, I think I just hit my follower there by accident, total mistake. I honestly don't know why that flame astronaut didn't come in here sooner, but ideally you want that flame power working for you, because again, there's a damage bonus on trolls. Okay, I think there's only 2 in here. Okay, so once again, loose lootables, guys. Get the mushrooms scooped up while you're here. Boy, I'm gonna be doing a lot of alchemy crafting here in just a video or 2 after this one. When I really start getting some character leveling going, wow, we're gonna have some selling power. It is gonna be insane. Alright guys, that's pretty much it for mushrooms and stuff down here. Now the real prize in this cave, and the real reason I take my time to come in here while I'm on my little journey, is there's a loose lootable in here for an enchanted bow. It's called like Loki's bow or something, or Froki's bow. Now this is the one exception to my rule about not taking named items. I have never ever once found a quest giver for this bow. So at some point playing this game, I was like, well, I might as well grab it, disenchant it, do whatever with it, you know? And I think I even Googled that once, and I was having no luck finding a quest that belonged to. So maybe it was supposed to be? Don't forget your bump book there, by the way. So I don't know, maybe it was supposed to be, you know, and they just kind of forgot to put the quest in. I don't know, but again, I find that that's a safe one to grab. Alright, once you've scooped up all your loose lootables, you are out of here. And I'm not even sure what that enchantment is on that weapon. Yeah, stamina damage, and I'm not even sure if I've got that yet, so I'll definitely disenchant that when the time comes. If I happen to have already, then I'll just sell it. Alright guys, that's pretty much it for this immediate area. I'm going to go ahead and get back on track now. Now I'm back on the correct side of the river. I don't know if you picked up on that earlier. I crossed it again after I got done with Soul Gem Alley there. So now I'm back kind of where I should be. And just to kind of do another quick map overview, that was our first dungeon there. So I just basically got right back on the right side of this river now, and I'm on this roadway. So guys, there's yet another cave, and again, it's safe to hit this other cave, but there's two giants there. Now, unfortunately, I've only got the one empty greater soul gem, I believe. But ideally, you're going to want two of those bad boys in your inventory going into this next fight. Actually, I got quite a few empties. Sweet freaking deal. So these enchant pretty decent hardware. Ultimately, you want the grand, so we'll go do some mammoth killing here in a little bit, because that's what fills up your grand soul gems. But, yeah. I am doing really good on soul gems, so hopefully I've still got some enchantment left on this bow. And I do not. Good thing I checked it. Alright folks, so go ahead and head east on this roadway. Now, just like before, there's going to be lots of loose lootables around here. That's the stone structure leading back up there, by the way, just to kind of give you a frame of reference where we're at. Alright guys, I'm having a party here. I absolutely love this game, you know, just the music, just everything, all the details. It just all went together really, really well in this game. And I'm having an absolute blast doing the walkthrough. Okay, I can probably start tapering back on some of this other stuff. What I'm really going to start focusing in on now... Oh, try to get deer horns, antlers, there's like large and small, and goat horns. You're going to need all of those for house building later on. It's not, you know, a priority, but, you know, just keep it in the back of your mind. If you see one and you can get a cheap shot in on one real quick and not waste a bunch of time, you know, hunting, do that during your just everyday gameplay. And you'll find when house building time comes, it's so much easier. Alright guys, here's another kind of sidestep pathway. And this is kind of where I was talking about. This is where the giants are going to be. Now notice that mammoth icon on my compass there. That's kind of where that pathway leads up to. And then our keep is also right in front of us. So this is it guys. Good soft save time here. I never, you know, want to have to go redo a lot of stuff that I've already gotten done. So what I like to do is deal with the giants first. Reason being is if you're a new player, this is going to be a really tough fight, guys. Now hopefully my follower will pop a flame astronaut, because that's going to be really, really helpful in combat here if she will.
I am at your command.
So I'm actually going to take that other staff away from her. And see if she does. If she does not, then I'm going to have to put a little bit of charge into that other enchanted weapon she has. Because otherwise she'll just pop the familiar, and then that's no help to me. Alright guys, so again, you want the better attack power going into the sneak shot here. The sneak strike. And then you'll have to... then you'll have to, okay, good. She just casted it. Awesome. Oh! It died before I could get it shot. Okay, but hey, good deal. That's already ready to rock and roll here. So she's one of the followers where you don't need to worry about making sure her enchanted weapon is all charged up. Okay, I'm back in first person here, folks. Apologies. Okay, now keep a distance here, guys. You do not want them to know you're here. You absolutely want to make sure that sneak strike counts. And get as many as you can before they detect you. The Flame Astronaut already knows you're here. That's why the eyeball was lit up before. But, yeah, he still doesn't know I'm here. So get the sneak shots in while you can. Get as much damage off that giant as absolutely possible. All the way up until they discover you. I might even pop my adrenaline rush here in a minute. Okay, that first one's coming. I normally like to focus on one, so I'm only dealing with one and not two half dead, you know? Okay, now I'm going to back up and really get some distance and go into my soul's bow. It's really important to me that I trap these guys. Now they're probably going to knock my follower out of the fight pretty fast. So this is where the Flame Astronauts really come in. Did I cast my own? I can't remember. Okay, one of them just died. I just got the soul for it. Awesome. There she goes! I should start calling Lydia my astronaut wife. She spends more time in space. Oh, I'm about to get lit up here. You can pay attention. I'm out. So if he comes to ground pound you, try to run and jump away from him. Because if he hits you with a direct shot, he'll probably one-hit you. Nice. Okay, so I survived that one. Now, guys, giants are no joke, you know. It's very, very early game, so if this is just, you know, a lot for you to tango with, you know, don't sweat it. This cave isn't going anywhere. The giants aren't going anywhere. What I would recommend is put down that save, give it a go. You know, make sure your 2 Flame Astronauts are out. Make sure your follower is with you. Make sure your follower didn't die. You know, sometimes when they get shot way up into space like that, it takes them a minute to kind of make their way back to you. Okay, now I don't know where the other giant went, but always loot the giants, guys. Pelts, hides, everything. Grab whatever is valuable there. I don't know where that other giant died. There he is. Gemstones, gold. Yeah, they're tough to kill, but it's rewarding to kill. Those giant's toes, as I said earlier, we're going to cook those with wheat and sell a couple of real good potions there. I got my Greater Soul Gems filled. Got some good loot, got some gold off of them. So, you know, again, it's tough, but it's worth it. So, you know, save the game. If you die, you die. Try it again. If you die, you die. If it gets frustrating, just, you know, like I said, it's not going anywhere. You can always come back later. Those hiccups have not gone away in a solid hour. Just saying. Now I'm kind of regretting my prior decision. If I was going to eat a bowl of frozen berries with vanilla ice cream and chocolate sauce, I should have done that at 1 o'clock instead of 2 o'clock. And honestly, I have thought about little else since I mentioned it an hour ago. Alright, so moving on from the dancing bowls of ice cream around my head right now. So here's that cave opening, guys. Now, you saw me pick up the mammoth cheese. That cooks for stuff, you know, so I don't normally carry around a ton of these things because it's heavy. But, you know, since it's happening in my game right now, I thought I'd talk about that just briefly. You can really only ever find it at giant's nests. On rare occasion, I have found it in a mammoth. No idea what it was doing there, but there it was. Alright guys, there's one more giant in here. Now, close quarters combat, you're going to have to pop that Flame Astronaut before going in here. again, I'll start with my frost bow, and then I'll switch over to the soul's bow when I'm discovered. Oh wait, I'm wrong cave, guys. Disregard. I was thinking of the sleeping tree sap cave or whatever it is. Yeah, that one's got a giant Freya waiting right inside. Sometimes these things bleed together in my mind, and I have that moment where I'm like, oh wait, that is not here. Okay, now side note, I got 3 lesser soul gems left, so I don't want to keep killing a bunch of petty stuff, because I don't want those petty soul gems then to accidentally start rolling into common and greater and grand. So, you know, keep that in mind. It might be a grand soul gem, but if it fills with a petty soul, you are not going to get the grand soul gem enchantment on that weapon. You're going to get the petty soul gem enchantment on that weapon. So always be cognizant of where you're at with your soul gems for that reason. Alright, we're right back at it. There's lots of goodies in here. Hides, you know, check the cow. Just whatever you see laying around, you know, take a moment to check it. It's getting stuck there. The troll skulls and just the regular skulls, you can do some enchanting stuff with those at that Mage's Forge, but that's going to be like way later on in a completely separate video. Just know this stuff is pretty prevalent throughout Skyrim, so if you want to grab 1 or 2 for now and store it, you know, it's fine. But they are heavy, so, you know, this early in the game, it's just, you know, don't worry about making it a priority just yet. Okay, guys, there is a bump book in here. Another reason I like to hit these caves. And always make sure you take those to sell to the mages. Wow. I'm going to take that for disenchanting. I just don't want to carry it. Okay, that's a good one for disenchanting too. Undead. Yeah, that might even make a pretty good enchantment for selling when I do my dagger crafting.
I've got your back.
Okay, now you guys notice she just equipped that armor that I made her carry because it was too heavy for me anymore. So now notice she wasn't, you know, changing clothes. All that time I was in her inventory swapping gear. The reason being is if the follower comes with default armor or weapons, they won't equip anything else that you give them unless it overshadows what their default is. So in this case, you know, the armor I gave her was better than the one she was already wearing. That's why it immediately got equipped.